Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thanks for clicking on. We're going to be going over a reader, a black reader a black history reader by Dr. Claude Anderson. And I want to thank Dr. Claude Anderson if he ever sees this, um, or if he doesn't see it. I just want to thank him for writing these books. They're very informative and necessary. And I would like for him to know that we are reading your books, and we are, there are individuals around the country, around the world, that are implementing your books. The ones who I'm talking about, the ones he actually wrote them for. There are those individuals that he didn't write the books for, but they're implementing his books. It's just the ones he wrote them for are not implementing what he wrote in the books. So we have an all hands on deck moment, that we're going to keep sounding the alarm for, which is, if you know anything about the NAEP scores, they are the report card of the nation, and they're showing that our kids are falling behind in reading, and we are number 4 behind every group in reading, and it's an all hands on deck moment. We need to figure out a way to get our kids back to a level of proficiency when it comes to their reading. So what we here at Nepaba are doing is we have already a Garveyite Scouts Brigade. It's kind of like a Boy Scouts, but it's a co-ed Scouts. We allow the kids to do sports, but we also go into the wilderness and we do wilderness training, survival skills, like the most basic survival skills we go over in the wilderness. We teach team building, because especially between the black boys and the black girls, because um, they need to be able to learn to trust each other. And then we have something that our program that's a part of those other two, that is called the Urban Survival, um, Garveyite Scouts Division. And what that is it's not the type of urban survival that we've been hearing about for the most part on the internet. This urban survival teaches our young kids, our boys and our girls, how to survive within their community by increasing their knowledge, increasing their understanding, and then increases their participation. If you increase those three, you will have a decrease in incarceration. So we increase knowledge, we increase plus the increase in understanding, plus equals in increase in participation, and then that results in a decrease in incarceration. So we um, we have a team. It's called the G team, which it's led by a PAW, a positive affirmation warrior, and a G reader assists the PAW. The G reader reads to the group when it's time for reading, and if there is a G Scout uh, that is not proficient in the reading, they will be the G reader will sit with them, and we will team up with that G Scout and help them until they become proficient. So if they come in at 6, 7 years old and they're struggling, 8 years old, they're struggling to read, we're staying with them all the way until they're graduating high school, their first year in college. If they still somehow slip through the cracks, we're going into their second, third year. It doesn't matter. We're teaming up, we're buddying up with them. We're going to make sure that we're there to help with their efficiency when it comes to reading and their comprehension when it comes to reading. So let me just dive in real. Um, a Black History Reader by Dr. Claude Anderson. This is page 5. The census chart on page 4 shows that the peak of the 1967 Black Civil Rights Movement white median household income was $52,000, $52,200, double the 26,800 median household income of blacks. The chart also depicts the change immigration policies that, in response to the 1965 civil rights laws, opened the doors for immigrants based upon ethnicity and family. The newly arriving immigrants were classified as minorities and made eligible for benefits and opportunities that blacks had been historically denied. The massive influx of Hispanic immigrants began in 1970, and the U.S. Census chart indicates that at the outset, their incomes began at $38,900, well above the income of blacks. And by 2014, Hispanic Hispanic income had reached 42,500, 7,000 times higher than blacks, even though 90% of all Hispanics in America in 2014 had been in the country less than 45 years. Similarly, in the late 1980s, Asians who had been combined in classification with Arabs began to enter the country. Their median household income was $64,000, and by 2014, their median income was $74,300, double that of Black Americans. It is noteworthy that the U.S. Census chart uh, indicates not only that all groups entered with higher incomes than blacks, but by 2014, the median household income for all groups was up while the income for native black Americans was headed downward. The downward trend for blacks further indicates that as a group, they are the nation's official underclass. So we're going to stop right there. I can't let the videos get too long. We're going to stop right there. We'll pick up again. And I just want you to know that please go to the website, nepaba.org. Sign up if you're a volunteer, if you're interested in making sure that our kids are, pick up their proficiency in their reading. The only thing we ask is that you are one of the biggest cheerleaders of our children. Um, because once we pair up with them and we buddy up with the parents as needed and as wanted, we will be sticking it out through the long haul. So we will not be, um, you know, in one session and one and done. We're going to be sticking it out from elementary school to middle school to high school, and if necessary, college. So if that's you, come on board, help us out. It's an all hands on deck. If you have any children that are interested in something like I described with the Garveyite Scouts, uh, you know, teaching teamwork, teaching group economics and group politics, teaching how to build a community amongst your own people, then, email us at nepaba@aol.com, nepaba@aol.com, or go to the website at nepaba.org. So check that out. Help us out. If you can donate $5, if you think that we're only worth $1, um, then please donate $1, because we're going to put every penny into our children and we're going to make sure that it adds up. Thank you so much. Peace.